Hello everyone and welcome to Brotato. This is a fun little roguelite game where you play as a potato that can hold a bunch of weapons and you kill stuff. Pretty simple. I've unlocked all the characters, I have not unlocked all the weapons, so we'll get a good look at how the game plays today. I just find this game to be really fun. We have to decide who we're going to play as today. I kind of have an idea of who I want to play as, I just have to find them on here. Multitasker. Yeah, this one's fun because he can hold up to 12 weapons, and there's a lot of fun things you can do with that for sure. He gets weaker for every weapon you have, though, but it's pretty easy to counteract that. You could just grab like a ghost axe, which gives you plus 1% damage for every 20 enemies you kill during a wave. Starts off, you might get like 1% a wave, but then you can start to get more. And there's just a whole lot of fun weapons in here. We're going to start with the Ghost Axe, which is probably a bit foolish. We're going to do Danger 2, because I find this kind of like a fun difficulty to play on. Danger 5 is not fun. 4 is kind of fun. 2, I think, is the nice casual playing difficulty for me right now. Maybe that will change as I get better in the game, unlock more good items. But yes, so the green stuff is money. Trees spawn occasionally. You want to kill them because they can drop items and money. They'll either drop a healing item or a crate which heals you and gives you an actual item, which is pretty good. Now there's a lot of different stats. Every time you level up, you get to choose a stat at the end of the level. And they're all pretty good. I think out of this selection, I'm going to take Dodge. We're going to grab another Ghost Axe. And I don't think I really want any of these, so we'll just go on to there. Having 2 weapons in Wave 2 is good enough. It gets kind of annoying if you only have 1 weapon. Past Wave 1, honestly. I really don't like it. Now, you do want to make sure you actually pick up the money because it doesn't count if you don't pick it up. Like, it goes into storage, and then you have to pick up one in the next wave, which counts as double. So you'll see whenever we finish the level, it goes over there into the bank. Lifesteal is really good. I'm going to grab that. I've always wanted to get a run where I have 100% lifesteal, but it's not happened for me yet. Do I want any of these? I kind of want luck. I'll take the luck. I'm not going to re-roll yet. Costs money. We don't have much money yet. Yeah, this character seems like he would be really fun to get going in like a god run where you become ultra powerful just because of the amount of weapons he can hold. I've just had really bad luck. I think it's probably because I spend so much money on weapons that I end up not getting the other good items that I probably should be getting. I'm not really sure why I've not had a good run with them yet. I've gotten some really close to good ones. There, see, we got an item, so we get this. Weird Ghost. This is a very dangerous one to take, but we're going to take it. We're early in the run. It's fine. But as a result, I am going to take HP regeneration, just so that we're a bit safer. This one just has a chance to damage enemies when you pick up a material. We'll take that. Knockback. I've never really had much success with knockback, but I still grab it when it's available. It doesn't hurt to have it. Oh gosh, we got guys who shoot now. Very dangerous to have people shooting at you when you're at 1 HP, but luckily it didn't last long. We're up to 5, and it's just going to keep rising. So we're all good. We're safe now, I think. Now, your HP is pretty fragile normally, honestly. Like, it's pretty easy to just suddenly die. And, like, dodge and stuff, it's all luck mechanics, so you're not really safe ever. What do we take? Attack speed. I love attack speed. And, now, whenever you're choosing the ghost weapons, you actually lose armor, so I'm actually going to grab some armor real quick just so that we don't take too much damage. We'll do a re-roll here, get another Ghost Axe, and we're going to grab some lifesteal as well. We don't have any elemental damage stuff yet, so we can lose that. But yes, you can see we only have a 4% damage boost, even though it says like stats gained 3, stats gained 3. That's because of his thing where he loses 5% damage for every weapon. But it's better to have more weapons than not. Although it does get annoying whenever you can't even like one-hit KO the weak guys. You start to get overwhelmed in that situation. So that is why I do like to use the axes with him. But another thing is just having the higher attack speed does help a lot. There's a really fun item where you attack faster the more enemies there are on the screen. You have to unlock that one. But I do have it, and it would be nice if we got that in this run, because I feel like it'd be really powerful if we actually reach 12 weapons. I'm hoping we will beat Wave 20, which is like the boss, technically. You don't actually have to beat the boss, though. You just have to survive the timer. I'm actually going to take the HP, because I've died so many times. We're going to take XP gain, because that's pretty powerful. Coupon, and we will go. I try not to reroll too many times, because you quickly get to the point where you can't afford anything good if you're rerolling. And then, what's the point in rerolling? You're just throwing money away. Especially because your chance of getting good items increases the further in you are. And, of course, the higher luck you are, too. But we're not getting luck right now. Okay, we're having a situation where we're not fast enough to get away from these guys, so I need to actually pay attention. It's interesting how much harder it is to dodge things whenever you're talking. But yeah, I like these levels where they throw a lot of weaker enemies at you, just because it's really good for the Ghost Axe to power you up. We're actually gonna take the armor. Try to keep a positive armor here. Ooh, this is tempting. Yeah, we'll take the damage. Ooh, Ghost Flint is good. We're gonna take both of those. We're gonna take that. We'll take more XP gain. Negative range can be bad. Oh, also, if you buy all 4, you do get a free reroll. So we'll want the positive range. Blocking is free, by the way, so you can just save that for later. And I don't know how good Baby Elephant really is, but it feels like it'd be fun to have another one, so I'll lock that in. It's cheap, right? All right, wave 7. Okay, this is a wave. Honestly, this wave is why I don't like the higher difficulties, because some really annoying enemies spawn on this wave. They like spawn as an egg, but the eggs almost always seem to spawn off the screen, so you have to like constantly run around and try to kill the eggs, otherwise they spawn and deal a ton of damage to you. And I just find it really frustrating, and it happens so early in the run that it's like, yeah, I'll just play on Danger Level 2 for the most part. Now, if we do get further in, we will see them in the endless post-level 20 area, which is fine. They're fine at that point in the game. They can be really annoying depending on your build, especially. Some builds, they're not too hard to deal with, but some builds, it's just like, no. The guy running around with a bone in his mouth heals other enemies, but they're mostly inconsequential as far as I've seen. Yeah, we'll take another Ghost Axe, we'll take the range, we'll take the elephant. I'm not gonna reroll. So Flint is not as good of a weapon as the axe, but it gives you attack speed. The problem is whenever you have axes and flint, I find the axes tend to get most of the boosts, and you very rarely actually get enough kills with the flint for it to activate. So we're mostly just grabbing it to have the weapon count, because I feel like the increased weapon count is worth the 5% loss. Okay, that was painful. I'm gonna keep away. And these guys drop a box when you kill them, but they have a ton of health. But luckily, we were able to just deal with it. Now, there are some really fun things you can do with trees, but we have to get the right upgrades. Wow, another item guy spawned? I don't know if we'll be able to kill him. It feels a little dangerous. I'm not gonna try. We don't have enough DPS to just, like, run up and smash him. I never really do. Oh, we almost died. Landmines, I'll take that. Do I take speed? I think we could use a little bit of speed. Oh, and then we get this item, which kind of solves our speed issues, honestly. Because the big problem is whenever, like, a big dangerous enemy is running at you, and this lets you basically stop that from being a big issue. Incendiary turret. Turrets I almost always take. I'm not going to waste a lock on the boxing glove just because that reduces the amount of random items we get next time, and I would like the chance for some good items. Now, see, thanks to these axes, we're maintaining a positive damage bonus, which is good, because we don't want to lose that. And then thanks to our melee damage bonus, we actually deal reasonable damage. Alright, so now we have actually some help here with mines spawning randomly and a turret that's always on the screen. Now, turrets, they don't benefit from your normal stat gains. They only benefit from a few select ones. There's an engineering stat. Oh, by the way, this is my favorite wave, because it just spawns a ton of these guys. And if you've got a good setup, especially with ghost items, you can get a ton of stat gains and just decimate these guys. Sure, you have to deal with the big guys running at you occasionally, but this is definitely by far my favorite wave in the game. Anyway, what I was saying is turrets only benefit from engineering, piercing, and bouncing, and I think one other thing, maybe. There's only a few stats, but there's also, I think, some items that affect them, too. I mean, there definitely is, and there is an item that makes it where they can benefit from attack speed boosts, which is very fun. You unlock that through the cyborg character. Okay, this item, I never take it, because raising HP is so important in my experience. I'm gonna actually grab some dodge, I think. And you know what? We'll take some crit. We don't have any crit chance. That's an interesting one, but I don't think I want it. Plus explosion damage. Good, now that we have landmines, that's actually pretty helpful. I'm gonna grab this. We'll grab the flint. I think we'll leave it there. Grab a turret. And I think we will leave it there. All right, so we got 2 flints. But like I said, the flints are kind of just garbage filler. They're really just there to help make it harder for enemies to get close to me. It's the axes that are doing the main work on this run. But it will be nice once we get our full 12 weapons and then can focus on other things for our money to be spent on. Although you do have to upgrade. Each weapon has 4 tiers, with red being the best tier. I don't think we've seen any red stuff in the store yet or anything. We've seen purple upgrades and things. Yeah, it goes from the plain ones to blue, purple, and then red. You can see, this is kind of how I play a lot of the times. When I'm feeling a little fragile but have decent damages, you can just run in circles. You know, you'll kind of get all your items as you run around, kinda. Once you get really high lifesteal and other healing things, you can just kind of run through them sometimes. Yeah, we're gonna take the attack speed. It's just too fun. Take crit chance. Ooh, piercing damage. But we don't have any projectiles, so we're probably not gonna buy that. It's sad, because I do love piercing. But I don't think we really need it. Besides, it helped us afford all these other things. We don't have burning yet, but I'm gonna grab that for when we do, because it'll probably happen. And we'll take bag, which just gets you more money every time a crate spawns, which it's probably good. The speed loss is negligible. We're still at positive speed, and we have that speed reduction thing. Okay, so here we've got a boss. This is actually a rarer one. I don't see this guy very often. He's kind of annoying to deal with. I find it very hard to dodge the boss attacks, but because of that tooth item, we've lowered his speed by 30%, so we can actually keep the somewhat reasonable distance from him. But a lot of times they go into like an enraged mode halfway through the level or so, regardless of you actually damaging them. See, yeah, we're probably about to die. Yeah. We didn't have good defense and couldn't actually fight him. But that's fine. I wasn't actually expecting to win that run because I'm kind of distracted talking, and I wanted to play with another character. Who do I play with? I do find the ghost character to be kind of fun because he is good at dodge, and he's really good with these. So we're actually going to do flint, which I don't normally do as my starting item, but I think it'd be fun to have a build where we have high attack speed. You can also just kind of look away from the screen in these early ones. That's why I'm getting hit. It's just like look away. Don't really have to pay attention. Now, the sign of a successful wave 1, besides getting the luck for getting a tree that drops an item, which does happen, but getting that single boost is pretty good. We're gonna grab armor, I guess. I don't know. His armor sucks. I don't really know why I did that. It's just because I'm distracted, I guess. But yeah, so the ghost can get 90% dodge, which is really powerful, because there are 2 key items related to dodge. There's one that makes it where whenever you dodge a move, you hit the person that you dodged. and that is pretty powerful. You know, if somebody's shooting bullets at you and you just decimate them. Pretty nice. And there's another one that gives you a chance of healing, which it's pretty good if you can get that. It's a pretty rare item, though. I'll take range. I've never really messed around that much with using range for the, whatchamacallit, for melee weapons. But it's apparently pretty good because it means the enemies can't get as close to you. It says that there's like an attack speed decrease from increasing your range for melee, but it's like extremely tiny apparently. It's one of those things where the game tells you something, and you're like, okay, I won't do it, but then you look it up and you're like, oh wait, I should do it. But yeah. The Ghost Scepter, in theory, is a pretty good weapon, but it actually kind of sucks. You need really high attack speed and piercing to have a successful run using that as your primary weapon. And it's just not easy to do. We're gonna get some speed. We will get... you know, crit chance. We'll go for a little bit of an aggressive build here. I kind of want that, so we're gonna lock that in. Just because we don't have to worry about armor that much. I've already given myself a positive armor too. With this character, you can gain like a few more negative armors before it actually has any like percentage increase. You go from 87 to 88% increased damage, which is pretty good, I guess. I don't know if it does like 87.5 behind the scenes or anything. It might. Oh, we got this guy. Oh gosh, that hurt. You can see we take a lot of damage with this guy because of his negative armor. Oh, that's scary. But I'll take it. We're playing risky here. What do we want to do though? Take the luck. We're gonna take that and that. So whenever you buy, I don't know if we did this before, but no, we didn't. But whenever you buy a weapon that is the same tier as another one, it can combine to upgrade the tier. You can also just do it manually, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so we'll do that. That makes us more powerful. That's all we can do. So we're basically counting on our 2% lifesteal chance or a tree to stop us from dying here, which is a bit scary. It's definitely easy to fail a run this early in the game. Like, the only level that you shouldn't fail if you're trying is, like, the first couple. Basically, as soon as you've got the ranged guys, like, technically things could go wrong. Especially if you choose this item. Depending on what builds you're going for, what items you get offered. And, you know, you can see I'm, like, cutting it close on some of these enemies. Like, we could easily take a hit. But we do have a good dodge chance. So that's good. But we're fine, and now we've got a little bit extra stuff. We'll take the luck. Upgrade that. I guess I haven't explained harvesting. Whenever you have positive harvesting, you get materials and XP at the end of a wave. But we have negative right now, so that sucks. Take that. I kind of would want this, but we can't afford it. So I think we'll leave it there. Alright, let's just get into it. There's so many things in this game to explain that I don't know what I've explained at this point. It's a very fun game. It's a lot more fun than I expected, because I had seen somebody play this months and months ago, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna buy that. But then I bought it, and now I've played a ridiculous amount of it. Roguelite is just such a fun genre of games. It's up there with, like, tower defense. Just one of those addicting things. There's a whole, like, unlocking everything. It's just fun. The only thing it's missing is, like, things that make you more powerful in each future run, like some roguelites do. If I had that, I'd probably be addicted forever. More lifesteal. Upgrade our scepter. Baby gecko. I've always wanted to get all 5 baby geckos, but I think I've only ever had 3 as a maximum. It's kind of sad. I don't think the game does, but it kind of feels like it fights against me having the build that I want. Like, I'll get, like, if I need 3 items for a build, I'll get 2 of them, and then it just refuses to give me the last one, even if it's a common item. I don't think it works like that, I think it has a slight weighting where it'll give you weapons of the same class as what you already have to, you know, make it easier to get the class bonuses. Like with the ghost weapons, it gives you increased dodge and less armor, I think. Yeah. And then also just for upgrading them, combining them and all that. That's why they do that. And I've heard that each character has a slightly different weighting, but it's very mild. But it feels like I never get the items I want with the characters I want them on. I don't know. Take that. We've already got positive speed. I really only care about having any positive speed. It doesn't need to be good. We'll take the HP regen. We will take the dodge. Oh, here we go. This is one of the best items in my opinion. It's just so fun. So we take that. We will do a reroll. There's probably some good items that I just don't choose to get, because I've got my own personal opinions on what is good and what isn't. There we go. Really, the game doesn't get too hard until you get an elite spawn. And we're getting a horde this time around because it's random. The exact wave that they spawn on is random, and whether it's an elite or a horde is random. But yeah, you can see now when we kill a tree, we get a turret. And there are items that make it where more trees spawn. And if you get a lot of those and you upgrade your turrets, then it can be a lot of fun. They never seem to really change the game all that much, but it definitely helps you get a lot of money whenever your turrets just have a pile of cash sitting next to them every time you make a round. But it's just very satisfying to see your turret army increase every wave. I like it. Definitely one of the best items in my opinion. I want to have a run where I just get so many turrets that I don't have to fight. That's never happened. And the difficulty increase after wave 20 is insane. We'll take attack speed. Ooh, Ghost Flint 3, so we'll combine these two, and then buy that, upgrade our scepter. You really got to get the scepter upgraded if you want it to keep functioning when you have a whole bunch of other items. Otherwise, it just doesn't do much. I'm actually going to lock that, because armor doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're taking 88% more instead of 87. It's like, big deal. I've always wanted to also get a run where I get like 100 armor, so that you could have ridiculous reduction. And I feel like, I know there is like a specific build that's really good for getting ridiculous endless runs, but I don't think I have all the items necessary for it yet. Specifically, there's an item that makes it where you explode whenever you eat one of those fruit things at full health. And we don't have that, so yeah. I don't know which character gives that either. I really need to get around to playing with every character. The problem is I kind of want to play on danger level 2 with every character, but I should really just do danger level 0 to unlock their items. It's like, if I'm going to play in danger level 2 anyway, I should just do it first. Then it takes a little bit longer to get a good run going, because I'm trying to do fun builds. I don't just do whatever strong is necessarily. Yeah, we'll take crit chance. I'm going to take engineering. Oh, improved tools. Okay, yeah, I just recently unlocked this one like yesterday. This makes turrets a lot better, and considering we basically have a turret build going on here, yeah, that's something to really be happy about. Oh, here it is. This is the most OP item to have is Ghost, and we got it. I don't know if it's possible to have 2 of these. I never have. All right, and Snail. Snail is always good. Make them a little slower. And Alien Eyes is always fun. It's basically just an extra weapon for you. I think it gets stronger based on your HP as well. I could be wrong. I'm not like an expert on this game. But I think if it does, then it'd be kind of a good thing to have if you're going for a scepter build. I don't think anyone really does. I've definitely tried a lot of scepter builds, though. I really want it to work. You know, have a run where you have like 1,000 HP. That just sounds crazy. If you could get that and 100% lifesteal and a decently high armor rating, I don't know how you would die very easily. Probably just the scaling of the damage until the point where they can one-hit you even with 1,000. Okay, we're actually not doing too well, honestly. I need to actually pay attention real quick. We are taking a lot of damage. Our DPS is not doing well, I guess. Which is sad. Okay, trees die in one hit. Take that. Alien eyes. Take that. No, we're going to take the crit chance because we're not dealing enough damage, and the crits will help. Okay, who we got here? Oh, these guys. So these guys get faster and faster, the mummy guys. I don't know what they actually are supposed to be, but I think they're mummy guys. They're usually not very dangerous. They're just a bit tanky, but if you get overwhelmed with them, and there's also an enemy that like buffs other enemies, it can get really bad really fast if you can't kill them fast enough. I probably should be putting a little more effort into actually letting my axes hit enemies. Because that's the thing with this build is you really want to like stay close to the enemies so you can get a lot of kills. Even more so than normal because they're literally how you get stronger with this build. We'll just push around here. Now luckily we are getting more turrets. Our turrets are pretty decently strong at least. We don't have engineering though. You know what? We'll take the range. You know, I'd like positive harvesting. It's probably not worth getting, but we did it anyway. No, we won't do that. Nope, we can't do that. People say this is really good, but I feel like I always get overwhelmed, so I don't currently mess around with increased enemy items, but I know I probably should. I'm actually going to take the engineering. Let's see. Do I take the luck? Luck can be really good. We'll take it. So we're dealing with a horde here. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the luck just because it reduces our damage. But realistically, like, a small damage increase or decrease often doesn't make a big difference. It has to be enough to make a numerical difference. There is no doing 11.5 damage or whatever. Hordes are usually fine though, as long as your build's not going too terrible, and we do have the added benefit of turrets. An ever-increasing number of turrets as well. So we're probably fine. I do have a very high dodge chance, plus healing on successful dodge half the time. But you can see we are taking a lot of damage here. We don't have much healing outside of adrenaline, unfortunately. That's our problem. We need to get more lifesteal, more HP regen, maybe some other items. There's the heal on pickup, which would be nice to have, especially since we're not really using range right now. So the downsides from it aren't much of a downside. This item always feels like it'd be really good. I've never managed to get a good harvesting build going though. I don't know why, but yeah, and that 8% increase, like it's not much whenever you only have 7. And it only works, like, the thing is harvesting, as you can see, it only goes up until 20 and then it starts going down, and this would offset that somewhat, but still. Like, this is something you really only want for a build that's going to go on forever. And this build is not. So we're not going to mess with that. What we are going to mess with is getting a red ghost flint, which is fun. And, do we take this? I don't think we do. Nope, I think we're good. Yeah, it's luck that helps us get the higher tier weapons and stuff in the store. Which is pretty nice. Now, if we could get the other dodge-related item, that'd be good. It's called, I don't know the pronunciation, because it's like a fencing term or whatever. It's repost. I don't know the correct pronunciation. But that's what it is. It's a pretty good item because it gives you +2 melee damage as well. So even if you're a bad dodge character, like, it's not a bad item to have. Just overall a top tier item along with adrenaline and the trees. The horn guys are really annoying. I've lost so many runs to them, especially whenever I was newer to the game. I feel like I'm a little better at not dying to them nowadays, but they deal so much damage. This one always seems fun, but I almost never have a standing still build. There's a character that you want to stand still for, though. We'll take HP regeneration. Maybe we'll avoid a death because of that. +2 engineering. More trees. Oh, this is fun. All right. We're already at negative speed, but you know what? More materials. This one always feels scary to take. I could take it, but I don't know if I should. I feel like we're not quite doing well enough to take that. I will take the luck, I think. Try to get some good items here. What I don't know about luck is how it affects the items specifically, because obviously I know it like increases your chances of getting higher tier items, but what I don't know is what about good items that are in a lower tier? Like, for example, the item that lets trees spawn engineering is a low tier item, but I'd consider it one of the best items in the game. So I don't know how luck would affect that item, for example. It's just one of those things I don't know. I try not to pick up the items because they are healing items. It doesn't really matter if you pick them up or not, so it's like, why do it early? Oh, we got an item guy here. Let's try to... Yeah, there we go. But he does, like, siphon in healing items if he's not at full health. But if he is at full health, it's only if you actually physically touch them that he'll pick them up. Pretty good. Oh, man, we got another bad item. Whatever. Cyberball's good, though. More alien eyes. When you get more, it just launches more in a tighter circle. It's fun. There it is. There it is. It only deals 1 damage because my melee damage kind of sucks right now, which is kind of funny. But when you buy it, it actually gets its own melee damage increase, so now it does 7, which is fun. Sad Tomato's another one where it could be good. I almost never buy it, though. And since I kind of want this to be a successful run... Okay, this one's fun, though. And this one is also good for healing, so we'll grab that. And honestly, on this character, Glass Cannon isn't that big of a deal, because we already have ridiculous damage anyway, so... Yeah, we got some good setup here. But this is big, though. This will help us get more HP. If we can get a farm item, this is really good. But either way, now it's even more important that we don't pick up the food items, because that item right there I think is the main reason that you pick up all the food items at the end, because there's really no point to the healing at the end of the level, but with that item there's a point. Something interesting is there's a character where you can't heal from anything, and I don't think that because I got that stomach item with him and I don't think it worked, which it should. But I don't think it did, so I think it's programmed when the heal happens instead of when you eat. I could be wrong, but I'm, like, pretty certain it didn't work. And the other annoying thing about that character was whenever you gain an HP from, like, leveling up or whatever, you don't gain that health. And so I would have this problem where if I leveled up, then I couldn't do that effect anyway. You know what? We'll take that. I mean, it's free. We'll take that too. Engineering. Try to get our engineering up. All right. It sucks losing the range damage, but realistically, we've only got 1 ranged weapon anyway, and it just got a lot stronger, so it's fine. We're still at 88%. I'll do a little here. Oh, here we go. Attacks have a 25% chance to deal damage. It's an insignificant amount of damage right now. Do we have the snake? We do not have the snake, so it won't spread. But if you get your elemental damage up, it can become significant. Pretty good for bulky enemies. Really, you should be killing most other enemies with like 1 or 2 hits with your weapon anyway, so it's not really a big deal. So the weird blobby guys, they power up enemies, that's why they glow red. Usually it's not a significant issue unless you're being overwhelmed, in which case, you know, having a bunch of the mummy guys coming at you empowered by that, because it makes them deal more damage, it makes them faster. I don't know if it does anything else, but it definitely does those 2 things. usually not a big deal. It's very hard to get to them if you're not doing extremely well as well, because they always hang back. I don't think there's any like real range limitation to them. And they usually choose the strongest enemy around, but sometimes I'll see them choose a weaker enemy. So I don't know if they just choose the strongest enemy that's available when they spawn and that's who they stick with until you kill them, or what. We're doing pretty well this run though. Yeah, we'll take it, I guess. I mean, fine. It'll help stop us from reaching 89%, I guess. Piercing. We could get piercing, but it does lower our damage for everything else, and we've only got the one weapon. And it does minimal piercing damage anyway. But still, it could be fun. If I want this run to keep going, it'll be worth having. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. We're doing well. I think we'll be fine on this run. What's my dodge at? My dodge is at 82. So yeah, we're near maximum dodge. I always kind of forget to go for dodge once we get close to maximum. It's like, I worry about dodge a lot in the first 10 waves, and then it's like, whatever number I'm at, I'm kind of at. I get focused on damage as things get a little overwhelming. I really don't like the tentacle guys, but they're usually not a big deal. But if you're having a run where you're a bit fragile, they are so annoying. They deal good damage. But luckily, we're not very fragile with 83 HP. I could honestly probably get rid of the scepter at this point because we do have the stomach item, which is a good source of gaining a little bit of HP every wave. I just find that, like, if you're only relying on level ups to give you HP, it's just not enough for a lot of runs. We'll take that. We'll take that. Oh, there's dodge. I'll just sit to 88%. Oh, yep. I don't know if you have two of these if it hits twice. I assume it does, but that would mean we'd be doing 60 damage to anything we dodge, which we have an 88% chance of dodging. And then on top of that, we have a 50% chance of healing 5 HP when we dodge. Insane. Another turret. Not gonna say no to that. Ooh, we can upgrade our last blue ghost axe. Now we only have this guy here. Pretty good stuff. I think we're gonna do fine on wave 20. I'm not gonna do an endless run in this episode because they just they get hard fast for one thing. And I probably won't do well in general, but also, like, it can take a while. You know, the levels, I think they get longer. I don't know. Pretty sure they do. And you have to put more thought and more effort into everything, and it's hard enough talking on these easier levels. But when we get to the levels where I actually have to try, I can't just walk around, not even looking at the screen half the time. I think it's gonna be an issue. So the big guys, I don't think they can even attack, really. Maybe if you touch them, they hurt. But they spawn these little guys that shoot at you and run away constantly. Well, they don't really run away, they just kind of run. They're a bit annoying. They definitely do cause me issues on more fragile builds, just because the amount of bullets that go flying around everywhere, it can be really easy to get hit. And you can't always safely stand around and deal with them. You know, we're gonna go range. Let's see. Ooh, baby gecko, very nice. We can finally upgrade that, get another turret. I think that's all we're gonna do for now. Yeah, I think we're doing really well. We got a few turrets to start with. We've got decent stats. We've got the tree item. We've got the dodging upgrades. We've got near maximum dodge. We've got a decent amount of healing stuff. You know, we got some life steal. 6% life steal is not great. But we have 8 HP regen. HP regen's kind of negligible, but it's always good to have some, because you hate to see it where you die just because you're like running away constantly and you're just slightly too low in health. So I do like to have a little bit of HP regen, but it's definitely not something to spend too much on. But you can see those guys are being a little annoying, honestly. But we are at the point now where we can just like literally run through the center of the field and we're usually fine. But with dodge, there's always that chance of bad luck. You never know when you might get a bad string of 10% hit chances and just die instantly. Now, I think we take the melee damage. Alright, so this is going to be... You know, maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 endless waves. No, we'll take the luck. I don't care. Triangle of Power. I'm not sure why you would do this. I mean, maybe with Ghost it's fine, but it's just really not worth it, in my opinion. Oh, hey. Take those. Alright, that's big. That's really big. That's insane. 100% chance to deal 68 damage. And if that does happen 3 times, which I have no idea if it does or not, but that's insane. All right, so if you go to wave 20, the game just ends after that wave. If you go to endless, you still unlock everything that you would have if you beat wave 20. I think the difference is that if you kill the boss on endless, the level keeps going for the full timer. But if not, you know, whatever. But most of the time, I don't kill the boss. On higher dangers, at least. Killing him on, like, Danger 0 and even Danger 1 is pretty easy. And technically, we can probably kill him on this run, too. I don't know if we will, because it does get harder to attack. So far, things are going pretty well. We've got him over where the turrets are, which is nice. Turrets never really seem to make a big difference on bosses, though. But you can see I've taken a lot of hits here. I want to try not to die, but I think we will get a kill. When you kill a boss or an elite, then you get a special crate that has a red item in it. But it has to specifically be an elite that is like, it says there's an elite on the level, I think. Because I've killed elite enemies in endless mode when it was just like, that's a standard enemy that spawns. And yeah. Okay, so these are the egg guys there. We didn't get to see them attack. Oh, that's fun. A lot of luck, huh? I'll take luck. Do I take the range? I mean, it's red. I think I have to take it. More trees. We're not going to take more damage. Metal detector. That's always a fun one. Can increase the chance of your materials, so it's just lets you buy more and more stuff as time goes on. You know what? I'll lock that one in because that's always good. Alright, so yeah, we just instantly have 2 elites now. I didn't pay attention if it said we had elites on this level. We actually did good damage to that guy, though. Maybe we'll get a kill. If it's an actual elite that drops an item, that'd be nice, but I don't think I've ever gotten an item from an elite or boss or whatever past wave 20. And I very rarely get kills before wave 20. Yeah, see, it was just a normal item, I think. But hey, we got a kill at least. That's good. It really calms things down when you don't have 2 bosses to deal with. We could try to kill this one. I think they do drop regular crates. Oh gosh. Let's see, we almost died there. Let's get healed up. We don't have enough healing item upgrades to really heal effectively at this stage. Is a problem. Alright, we'll do one more. No. No. I'm not doing any negatives that I don't want. Take that. Increased piercing damage. Yeah, we'll do it. Metal's a fun one. It does lose you the crit chance, but it gains so many other things that I usually go for it anyway. Alright, this is the last one we'll do for this video. It seems to be a pretty chill level so far. It is a pretty long timer, though. I feel like if there's any character where I could get an endless run going well on, it's the Ghost, just because of that dodge chance. I wish I could figure out if it's possible to get multiple adrenalines. I mean, I could Google it, I suppose. But if you can get multiple adrenalines, I feel like this would be a god tier run. But even without it, like if we could keep getting more and more melee damage so that when we dodge, we deal just mega damage to whoever we dodged, I feel like it'd be pretty good. I do kind of feel like maybe it only hits once when you dodge. I've never actually looked it up to figure it out. This is a surprisingly easy run there. Oh, hey, burning spreads, medical turret, good stuff, good stuff. Let's just see what we get real quick. That's a fun way to end the episode. But yeah, this is a really fun game. It doesn't cost that much either, I think, if I remember correctly. Well, we're not getting anything. This is a fun one if you have the guy who can stand still, but we don't. Minus 40%. I'm going to do that just to see. Oh, hey, look at that. How many are we at? 3? Yeah, it's pretty good. That's my record. Maybe this will be a really good run. Anyway, yeah, that is Brotato. It's a fun little game. I recommend it if you like this type of game. And anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!